Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sam. First off, before I start the video, I just want to say that even though I think it's pretty clear from the quotes in the title, when I mean save my life, I mean in a figurative sense, and that no, this Miguin hand warmer didn't literally save my life, just in case, that phrase might trigger some people, so I'll make it clear. But I do feel like this was really vital and it really helped me a lot, and thus the title says what it says. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the story. So as you guys know, earlier this year, I was studying for the California bar exam, February 2020. And in the months prior to that, I basically was just at home studying every single day. It was kind of my shelter in place before shelter in place was a thing. Yeah, basically I would spend every day just writing essays, doing multiple choice questions, and just pretty much studying the entire day. And what had happened was my hand just started hurting one day, maybe a couple weeks before the actual exam. And I feel like even 2 or 3 years ago, I just ignored it. But being 26 now, I felt like being a responsible adult. And I just called my doctor the day it started kind of hurting a lot and set an appointment to go into the office. And when I did, I talked to her and she examined my hand. And there was no really noticeable difference in, my normal hand and the hand as it was injured. Like I could still move all my fingers freely. It was just a pain that was kind of recurring, but there was like no major injury that happened, nothing that would signal a broken hand or even like a sprained finger, So, but I did tell her that the pain was pretty noticeable and I was afraid that it would develop and worsen. So she gave me some options, one of which was to take some pain medication, but I felt like I didn't want to be on meds while studying for the bar exam. And even though there was no side effects that she described, I was still a little hesitant. Another thing she recommended was to apply heat or cold to the area, and I kept that in mind. But I felt like it was a pain that I could handle at the time, so I didn't immediately take any action. However, she did tell me to schedule an x-ray just in case, so I did that, but I scheduled it for the day after day 2 of the bar exam because I knew going to the hospital for an x-ray would take a couple hours, and it was those couple hours I could actually really use to study for the exam. I went back to studying, and the pain honestly just got worse as the days went by. I ended up ordering a splint and a brace because what eventually had happened was my middle finger started not being able to straighten. Like it would hurt a lot to try to straighten my hands, and I couldn't do this without using another hand to push it. I couldn't do it by itself, It would be like that. So I just went ahead and purchased these just so I could, wait until the x-ray to see what was really the problem. And the reason I bought these was this helped me a lot with typing. It helped the movement just become easier and the pain to lessen while I was typing. And I got this because, like I said, my fingers kind of curled, and a lot of times I'd wake up and my fingers would be like this, and it would be really painful to like have to stretch back. But if I had this on the whole night, then when I woke up, I could just take it off and then my fingers would be straightened, and then I could slip this on and then type normally. However, at this point, when it started hurting a lot, I started using the brace and stuff, I figured that I should take the advice of the doctor and actually do something. So I decided to use a hand warmer. And the only hand warmer I have actually is this Miguin hand warmer, and it's a perfect size for my hand. So like I said, the injury was right around here, and this warmer luckily lasts quite a while. If you turn it on, it heats up pretty quickly and gets really hot. So what I would do is I would be writing an essay, and then if my hand started hurting a lot, I would just put my hand down here and then let it warm up. And to be honest, it was really helpful. Like this heat really helps the pain subside, and it didn't totally disappear, but it was enough for me to be able to type normally and kind of not ignore, but like bear through the pain. So yeah, I actually only charged this at nights, and it was able to last me the whole day during my studying. Pretty miraculous. I would only turn it on to warm up, and then I would turn it off because, like I said, it heats up pretty quickly and it gets really hot really easily. So yeah, definitely helped me a lot with my pain. And essentially I used the hand warmer every day for at least 2 weeks. However, when it came to the actual exam date, I couldn't bring the Miguin hand warmer in. Instead, I was only allowed to bring my laptop and a mouse or keyboard, in addition to other testing supplies such as an analog watch, earplugs, the testing ticket, and pencils and pens for the first day. but luckily I was able to use the brace during the exam. But yeah, long story short, I passed the exam, everything's good. I did go into the x-ray the day after the exam was over, but after I got my results, there was no issue. There was no fracture in the bone or anything like that. And maybe a week after the exam, the pain just disappeared. So I feel like it was because I was just typing so much and doing so much writing, perhaps. But yeah, we never really found out what the cause of it was. And like I said, the pain completely disappeared. I really haven't experienced anything like that ever since. And you know, I've interned before. I worked a lot during law school. Yeah, I did type a little more during the bar exam study, but I don't think we'll ever know what the cause of the pain was. But I feel like without the Miguin hand warmer, I would have been in a lot of trouble. I think it mitigated a lot of pain, prevented it from, ever getting too much, and helped me push through until the exam was over. But the reason I went hyperbolic and put the title Save My Life is because passing the February bar exam is the only reason I'm a lawyer right now. If I had let the hand injury distract me and ended up not passing, then I would be currently studying for the October bar exam. Because of the virus, the July 2020 bar exam was postponed until October. There's about 10 pages of new guidelines, and I think at this point I would just be so overwhelmed. So yeah, the hand warmer didn't literally save my life, but having to pay the registration fees, having to study for many more months, and then having to adhere to all these new regulations, definitely something I'm so glad I don't have to face. But I think the moral of the story, though, is a lesson that I might not have listened to 2-3 years ago, and it makes the title of this video a little misleading. But number one credits goes to my doctor. And I didn't ask her if it would be okay to mention her name or show her picture in this video, so I'm not gonna do that. But shout out to all the doctors, like, for real, always trust medical professionals. I think Googling stuff really made me, scared and worried about the condition of my hand, but the doctor, talking to her, really reassured me, and I'm just really so thankful and grateful for all the medical professionals out there, especially in a time like this. So shout out to all the doctors, nurses, everyone out there. So yeah, this took a twist. I didn't plan this at all, actually, but this is the real moral of the story. But still, shout out again to the Miguin hand warmer, because if Mina didn't create this hand warmer, I would not have had a heat source or a cooling source to mitigate my pain, because I feel like I would have been too lazy to buy something right after going to the doctor anyway. So luckily I had this on hand. Shout out to Mina for creating this amazing product. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, just me talking with a book in the frame for however many minutes I ended up editing this to. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys like this type of silly random talking video. I know it's kind of dumb, but I had fun kind of recalling it, talking about it. So let me know if you like it. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.